Hey, what's up, guys? We are here with Moonrise, and I'm gonna go take you through one of the dungeons here again. Now that we've progressed a little bit further in the game, so we are at Sagale Ridge, and if anyone follows me, they know that I can't pronounce names at all, so I probably butchered that. But yeah, and all in good fun. So we are farming over here for evolution materials, and you need these special shards and dust to evolve your guys. They also need combat experience as well. So thankfully there is an auto fight function down here in the bottom right. You click that, and for the most part your guys will just go to work and take things out. The AI is pretty intelligent, and you can also kind of customize your team, so make sure that they all have like actually attacking moves, and that way there's no way that the AI can kind of screw with you. Because if they have 4 different attacking moves, they have to use at least one of the attacking moves, and so they'll go ahead and do damage to the opponents. But again, the AI is pretty intelligent here. In some of the dungeons, they have special abilities, and this one actually has regeneration. So you'll notice that our guys are slowly regenerating over time, and that's due to the dungeon floor itself. Some of them, again, do like regeneration, some of them do like poison damage. After each fight, you do get a chance to pretty much catch any of the Solari that you're getting or fighting against. You do want to try and catch 4 and 5-star Solaris. 3 stars are fairly common, and to kind of like just burn through your keys, you're going to want to catch 3 stars. But you really want to just like, anytime you see a 4-star or a 5-star Solari, you want to catch that ASAP. Like that's like, oh, that's like you hit the jackpot right there, especially if you see a 5-star. 5 stars are very rare. They can come out in any dungeon, but they are very rare. The star rating on the Solari means they have better stats, and sometimes they'll have better moves. But each Solari too comes with a different like passive trait, so they all have passive skills on them. So you can catch both of these guys right here, these Rhysdo, and then they could both be completely different like passive. So one could be a faster cooldown, and then one could have like more nature skill damage. They could also have different moves already on them. So you do want to kind of keep a close eye. You can check their stats here. I'll show you afterwards by touching them and tapping them when it says to catch them. For like the basic quests and dungeons, you can pretty much auto through everything. You do want to level up your guys so they can auto. But so far there hasn't really been anything problematic, nothing ultra difficult. In the dungeons, your HP carries over to each fight, so you may want to bring some like healing potions, some healing items with you. In this particular dungeon, though, you don't really need it because they do give you regeneration. You can see everyone is slowly regenerating over time. It's also part of the reason why it makes this dungeon a little bit longer than some of the other ones. Most of the dungeons can be completed in about 5-minute time frame. So here we go. We have these 2 Rhysdos. You click on it, and you can bring up the skills, and then if you put your finger on the skill area, you can see what they actually have here. There's his passive skill. Heals a bit every few seconds. So we click off of there. We can go click on the other one. He has the same passive skill. He heals a little bit every few seconds. And it looks like he's got the same kind of skills on there. So they're all 1-star. We don't want those guys. You're going to slide your finger up. If you slide your finger down, the key captures them. And again, you do want to try and capture a lot, because as you capture them, you can then release them, and you can also extract their skills. So if they have a rare skill that you want, or an ability that you want to have and put it on one of your other teammates, you can catch him, extract that skill from him, and then give it to another one of your teammates. You can see you also get quite a few keys and bonus items in these dungeons. So you're always trying to catch things, kind of just for the heck of it. When you also release them, you get gems. So if you've seen some of my other videos, you can release a whole bunch of them and you can accumulate a ton of the premium currency, the gems in game. It's kind of outrageous how many gems that you can currently get. You know, and the keys, they regenerate about one every 40 or 50 minutes. You have a max of, I believe, 4. And then if you do get, like, say we just got a free key right there, that's going to push our max over. So currently we're at like 15 of 4, meaning that we're not regenerating any keys at all until we use all 15, or use down to 4. So if we get down to 3 of 4, regeneration should start kicking back in, and it should be like 40 minutes or so before we can get another free key. So the keys, they do appear pretty common. Not only the regeneration is fairly fast, you also find them quite a bit, and then when you release the guys and let them go back into the wild, you have a chance of getting a key or getting a dungeon ticket as well. Definitely recommend checking out the video there to see what you can get when you release these guys. You can get gold, you can get essences, you can get keys, gems, and it's not like you just get one thing. You actually get like 4 or 5 things when you release them. The higher the star value of the ones that you release, the more items and goodies that you are going to get. So that's part of the reason why you want to make sure that you always capture any 3 stars or higher. Because even if you don't want them, you can take their skills and then you can release them and also gain a whole bunch of like free goodies. If you did want to kind of speed up the farming process like this, you could. So we'll just capture this guy just for demonstration purposes. A 2-star, pretty common, nothing really special. But there's the capture animation. But if you do want to speed up the farming process, you can only bring in, say, like 2 Solari in here. And so that way the AI knows that they have to summon out those 2 Solari. I have a team of 6 right now, so they can all gain combat experience and, you know, potentially level up soon. But if I really wanted to just speed power through this, I would just bring my 2 best attacking Solari. I can also manually control things as well. So if I wanted to, I could desummon one of these guys. But yeah, I'm being lazy, letting the auto fight do its thing. Then when you are looking for evolution materials, you typically want to do the highest level in the dungeon that material can be found in. Some of the things say they can be found on floor 1 of all different dungeons. That still means you can typically find them in floor 5 or floor 6 or floor 4. Like whatever the last floor level is, you still typically can find them, and you can actually get a lot more of them in those last levels of the dungeon. Whereas if you farm like floor 1 or floor 2, you're typically only going to find maybe 1 of each of the evolution materials. You do want to make sure that you attack all the doors, open everything up, so you get more loot at the end of the battle. Or end of the dungeon, I should say. So here are the rewards. This right here is all the evolution materials I'm talking about. So all these dust, fragments, those things are all evolution materials. This vitality boost is a skill for your hero. And then you have some color, dyes. You also get a little bit of gems, a little bit of money. And you can see we picked up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different, well, 6 different evolution materials, and we got 2 moon dust in this. This is a pretty nice haul right here. Moon dust are very valuable in the beginning of the game, and all the other stuff you do use, it may be more useful later on in the game, but pretty much right now you're kind of farming for moon dust. And you can see as we released Solari, the monsters, we actually got extra dungeon tickets, so it pushed us over. We're 6 of 4 right now on our dungeon tickets. So that's something I told you before. You want to make sure that you use your dungeon tickets. These are the healing items. You drag them over. They do cost a little bit of gold to actually buy. You can use your healing items to resurrect a fallen hero or fallen unit as well. So if someone dies in a battle, and don't sweat it, they just won't get any combat experience for that fight. When you come out here to the dungeon stage, you click on the dungeon bag right down here, and you can actually resurrect that guy. So you drag the healing item over, and it will resurrect the guy. So they do not have to be alive for you to use the healing items on them. You can only use the healing items in between fights. You cannot do any healing without skills in a battle. So here we have nothing to do but skills. So there are some monsters that can use healing skills, some regeneration skills. I have not seen a resurrection skill yet, and I don't think it would be possible. But who knows? We are still probably in the middle stages or so of this game, and they are adding new and crazy things. There's tons and tons of combat effects, around 30 or 40. So again, this is the basic farming aspect of looking for materials, getting gold, capturing units. The game, in my opinion, boils down to the PvP system. Fighting other opponents, friends, allies, enemies out in the world is really, really fun, fast-paced, a great experience. And win, lose, or draw, it is a lot of fun. Very chaotic, I'll say that. That's probably the best word to describe the battle. It's very chaotic because you have tons of stuns, tons of interrupts. You got, casting times, you got cooldowns, you got passive skills. So you could be fighting a team that looks very weak, but if they all have specific passive skills that work really well together, it could be a very damaging fight. I've ran across some guy who had a team that had like fast skill cooldowns. And so he was throwing skills out like left and right where I was like stun, interrupted, stun, interrupted, stun, interrupted. And before you know it, like all your team is dead. Very cool fight. So again, this is in early access. It's out in 3 different countries currently. Canada, Norway, and Sweden, I believe. If you want to download the game, you can download it by just making it a Canadian or other foreign country that actually has the game. I've linked a video on how to actually do that for Canada. That's how I got the game. I am actually a United States citizen, and I just made a Canadian's iTunes account, download the game, and go ahead and play it. There's nothing else that you need to do. You don't need any Canadian credit card or anything like that. Very simple to create a foreign iTunes account. And this one over here is actually my favorite Solari right now. The Burnicorn. He has the skill that has fast charging. You'll notice that his skill right here, the circle around him, charges really fast. He also is a very like tank-like unit. He does lots of damage. So we got our first 3-star. We're going to go capture that. And you can see we have 12 keys down here, so we were way over our limit. So we're not going to be regenerating anything right now. There's also a couple bugs here and there. Currently, my game is bugged, and it does not regenerate over... Like, if we have 0 of 4 keys, it does not regenerate. So if you have any bugs or anything like that, definitely report them. They will get onto it. They will fix them. I don't know if I've seen him before. Oh yeah, the Pyromander. You'll notice this fight will go really quick. His quick swipe will probably kill him. Nope, almost. Little over 50%. And he's actually attacking twice before the Pyromander actually had any chance to actually attack. So that's the reason why I love the quick speed skill. So again, he was able to get 2 shots off before the enemy was able to even get 1 off. As you use the guys, you gain more combat experience, you gain more HP, you gain more new skills, upgraded versions of skills. And you'll notice the HP gauge over here, he's almost dead because the HP carries over from fight to fight. Some of his skills actually hurt himself as well, too. Looks like he's going to kill everyone in this. Oh, no. He almost killed everyone before they could even attack. He almost did 3 attacks in the time it took them to do 1. Pretty crazy. So he's dead right now. We are going to resurrect him. I can give you a good demonstration on how to do that. Very, very simple. You see he's dead. He didn't get any combat experience that time. But we can go down here to the dungeon bag. Click on the dungeon bag. Drag one of these healing items over to him. Give it to him, and you see it gave 125 HP. And it shows you how much HP it will recover right there. So once I figure out all the weaknesses and resistance, we will do a video on that because there's a lot of kind of like rock, paper, scissors style here. There are the basic weaknesses and resistance of like fire, does more damage against grass or plant creatures. And then there's water that does more damage against fire creatures. But there's also some interesting ones that I'm still learning on. Like I believe it's stone and lightning. Like the earth is strong against stone and lightning, I think it is. So that will be something a little bit later once I learn all of the, the combat aspects fully. I'll let you guys know exactly what's strong against what. And there should actually probably be a guide on this on their website, Moonrises website. They have a nice forums. If you have questions or want to post bugs or any comments, feedback, check out their forums. Their forums is great. They're very, very attentive. It's a small niche community right now since the game is still early access. Probably like maybe like 50 members down there. And the developers and staff members are very active interacting with the players, since again it's such a small niche community. They can be more like one-on-one with each player. Oh no, he died. So you'll note an interesting thing that they're all charged up, but they are waiting for their turn order type thing. So even though they're charged up, they can't just go right away. If they've been charged up, so now it's like, okay, he's number 1, he's number 2, he's number 3, he's number 4. So the fast cooldown kind of doesn't really apply when there's a backlog of units. Because you see, as when there's a backlog of units, he's sitting here waiting for his skills to go off because it's not his turn yet. He's got to wait for these guys to actually throw their skills out because they've already been waiting before him. So when you are using like the fast skill cooldown like this, you'd probably want to have 2 units that have that same type of thing. So that's going to be it here. We've done 2 runs of this dungeon. We'll take a look at the evolution materials that we got. If you have any questions, drop a comment down below. If you want to be friends in game, I'll show you that real quick. So you can see, look at all the dusts that we got this time. 2, 2, 2, 2. So we end up getting 9 total different dust or fragments this time. So to be a friend here in game, everyone has a friends code right here. Click on add friends, enter their ID number, and there you have it, guys. So again, any questions, want to be my friend, go ahead, add me there. And yeah, I'd love to have some fun PvPing with you. You can also chat. There's chat rooms in here. So definitely check this game out, guys.